We're hanging out Sunset Speedway practice day for the Lucas Oil TQ Can-Am Midgets. I'm here with the driver of the number 99 machine, this gorgeously prepared London recreational racing entry for former Tour champion Daniel Bois, making his return to full-time competition this year. Dan, you've been out of the seat full-time for a little bit. Is it going to take a little bit of, you have to shake the rust off in 2014 or what?
You know what, I thought that, at the beginning of today, but I got it back out on the track. It was like riding a bike, man. I loved it. I felt right at home. This is where I came from, so I felt good out there. I didn't feel lost, and the car feels great, looks great. We're happy about that. It's amazing to have London Rec on board, Autoglam, all the big companies that are really helping us out this year, because we couldn't do it without them. So I'm excited to work with Mike Schmidt and be a part of the London recreational racing team.
Now, you worked a ton with Cliff Walsh and won a lot of races for him in that rocket ship, won a championship with him, and now you're back. This is your own vehicle, is it not? What's the deal for 2014?
It's not exactly my own vehicle. This is the car that I ran with Cliff Walsh. David Balich purchased it last year, essentially for me. We're good friends. He gave me my start in racing. Dave said, you know what, I'm going to buy this car. It's a smoking deal. Dave owns the car. I come up with the great sponsors that I do. I get a chance to wheel it, and Dave gets to drive his car and wheel his car as well.
And now Mike Schmidt, the fan of motorsports that he is, just could not resist getting in on the TQ Can-Am Midgets, I suppose?
I don't really know the thinking behind Mike's idea to take this on. I think his big thing is he wants this thing to be the best looking midget that's in Ontario, Canada, even the States, and I think he's succeeded in doing that. And this is 100% Mike and his rap guys, Pro Raps. They've done a phenomenal job. They designed it. Like I just said, whatever you guys want to do, it's your car to do it with, and they didn't let me down.
Now, what I love about the TQs the last 2 seasons or so is there's really been a changing in the guard with the younger kids coming up. Obviously Mac Demand is at the top of the heap right now. It's the defending champion. You got guys like Lucas Smith. You got just younger kids that are coming up from the karting ranks. Can you evaluate the talent on this roster from where it was when you were last running full time with them?
Well, actually, when I was running, Lucas was running as well. So he was the veteran almost, even though he's younger than me when he came in. So Lucas has got a lot of years. So I'd look at him like a veteran. You got a kid like Adam Racine, who has probably some of the most amount of talent I've ever seen. Is somebody who gets to run. Somebody's throwing rocks at me. One sec. He's got a lot of talent, and I think he's going to be the guy that will knock Mac off of his throne. It's going to take a lot to knock Mac off his throne. I'd like to knock him off a couple times this year. It'd be cool. I plan on running as many races as I can. The car will run every race, whether or not I'm in it or not. It'd be another thing. I've talked to a few good young drivers. Maybe somebody cool will put into it and see what happens.
You were mentioning in the offseason some sort of almost like a Daniel Bois driver development program. And I guess talking the last couple of years, that's what you've always wanted to do anyway, is work with the next generation and work with the younger kids. And I guess you're that much closer to making that dream come true.
Yeah, I'd like to do something along the lines of that. Give a young guy a shot, like Dave Balich gave me a shot and put me in a car with pretty much no experience. He just saw something in me, and I'm nowhere near the top of the sport, so it's hard for me to say it's a development driver program and put my name on it. But I feel I'm a better promotional guy, better with sponsors, and better than I am a driver. So I'd like to help a young kid with the media, and not to go on Facebook and badmouth a guy or badmouth this guy, or even swear or talk about getting drunk last night. It's just try to do everything by the book. I know this is a hobby for a lot of people, but still treat it like a business. And I kind of want to take a few young guys under my wing and do that kind of thing. It's not necessarily teaching them how to drive, because half of these kids have more talent than me. So it's more just kind of teaching them the sport and how to make a business out of it. If they want to make a career out of it one day, that's great. If they don't, I'm sure they don't want to spend their own money for the rest of their life. So I think that's essentially what I want to do.
Now we're here with the Midget, but you made your NASCAR Canadian Tire Series debut last year, getting your first little taste of full fendered action. What's 2014 holding there? Are we going to see you behind the wheel of something with something over the tires, or what's the plan there?
Yeah, you know what? I plan on running a couple stock car races this year. Which ones yet? I don't know. I do have some money set aside through sponsorship and stuff to make a couple starts in something. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I've talked to a lot of guys, and a lot of people have showed interest in me getting in their car. Obviously, you got to bring some sponsorship to the table. I'm not that good where somebody will just put me in their car and say drive it for nothing. So there's a few guys that I've been talking to, and I plan on running some Fender stuff. I really want to run an Autumn Colors show, maybe a couple more NCAT shows. It depends. We'll see what happens.
I know it's not possible whether you're racing weekly with the TQ or making an NCAT start without the right amount of support, and you've always had some phenomenal sponsors. Thank the folks that make all this possible for you.
First and foremost, for the Midget, I've got to thank London Recreational. Mike Schmidt and his whole London Recreational team do an amazing job. I tell Mike every time I see him, you can't, us people can't do this without guys like Mike. So, he's the heart and soul of this, this racing, short track racing. And, on the NCAT side, and we're going to be putting thermal technology on Dave's car this year. They were my NCAT sponsor, and, they're going to help us out again this year. They're amazing. I wouldn't have gotten a chance to drive a NASCAR if it wasn't for them. Also, Autoglam, May 1st in Bracebridge, we're doing a Canadian Tire show there for Autoglam, a great auto wax company, sold exclusively at Canadian Tire. And, everybody else that helps us out, Lucas Oil, all those guys, they're great.
So there you go, folks. You're going to see a lot of this car this year. He's going to be busy in 2014. Follow him on Twitter at DB Autosports. We're going to make him use his Twitter more to update the fans on where he's going to be and what's going on, and the whole driver development program that might be jumping off in 2014. It's an exciting season for you, my man. We'll definitely check in with you. All the best in 2014.
Thank you.
He's Daniel Bois, ladies and gentlemen.